I'm Andrew, and this is my wife, Jenna.
And that's Marley, and this is Andy, and we are the
Stout
Family. Our weeks are filled with gymnastics, dress-ups, swimming, farming, family, trampolines, friends, church activities, and so much more. We love to laugh and play.
Jenna became pregnant easily with our first girls. Marley was born in 2007, weighing 5 pounds and 10 ounces. And according to most people, she looks, well, just like me. And Andy, she was born in 2009, weighing 5 pounds and 13 ounces. And thankfully, she looks just like her beautiful mom.
Andrew and I were both definitely surprised in January of 2011 when I had a positive pregnancy test and slightly overwhelmed at first. We just saw our house smaller and our grocery bill getting larger, but our fears were short-lived when we saw a very healthy, beautiful heartbeat on February 15, 2011. We were immediately in love. The doctor saw the heartbeat and gave me a due date a month beyond what I thought mine was. I thought it was August 21st, and he moved it back into September. We just thought maybe the baby was small, and we're just so excited to start planning names and announcing to the girls that they were going to have a little baby brother or sister.
Jenna's pregnancy seemed normal, and she was quickly getting to her second trimester. I felt comfortable leaving for the weekend to go on a trip with our children's ministry. Jenna was texting me off and on throughout the weekend, and she was telling me that she was having some small bleeding. I wasn't very worried because I knew that the doctor had told us that the heartbeat looked normal. When I came home, I found her emotional, but she was stable and appeared that she just needed rest. The following 24 hours, it was pretty much devastating.
My symptoms just continued to grow worse until I knew in my heart that our new baby was in heaven. I didn't want to go to the ER in a sterile environment with some doctor that I had no idea who he was to tell me our child was gone. And so I prayed throughout the night and waited until the next day and called my OB. He quickly saw upon an ultrasound that my fears were confirmed. Our baby had already went to be in heaven. In my non-trusting heart from that point on, I knew that August 21st, the day I claimed as my due date, was always going to be a hard day.
The first year had its ups and downs, but ultimately we made it through stronger than family. We stayed busy with mission trips, church camps, and activities with our girls. Then came the Facebook message.
I talked with a couple of friends at church camp who were in the process of adoption or had already adopted, and I just couldn't get it out of my heart. It quickly consumed all of my thoughts, most of my prayers, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know what Andrew would think. I didn't know if we could ever afford it, where to start. I knew nothing except that there were children who needed families, and that that is what we're commanded to do. So then we received a message from my sister. I immediately knew that I was in love, but I had to share it with Andrew.
Jenna had been considering adoption for a few months, but had never brought it to my attention. I'm the type of guy that needs to have everything spelled out for me. No giving subtle hints or beating around the bush, and she pretty much just had to come out and tell me exactly the way it was. To say the least, I was completely surprised whenever she showed me the little boy's picture. Immediately, finances, square footage, and everything came into mind. Getting time off for work. I was just a little bit undecided. But after about 15 minutes thinking about it, I knew that nothing could stop us. Even though Jenna and I had never said anything together about this, God had been working on my heart. He had been preparing our family for this little boy.
I couldn't believe it. We have a son. He lived in St. Vincent. There were unknown paperwork, unknown finances. We had no idea about the adoption process or what the next day held, but we had a son. He moved in with my sister about 4 days later, who was a missionary in St. Vincent, and every day since then we get to see his sweet little ornery face. It was hard to explain, but we knew that he was supposed to be our son. Despite the difficulty communicating the fact that we don't know any other private adoptions from St. Vincent, so it's a very hard road to travel. We knew that he was our son. Then, a few weeks into it, we found out his birthday, and it was August 21st, 2011. Yes, he's definitely our son.
Since finding out Micaiah's birthday and knowing and seeing God's plan in our lives and in his, we were determined. We have our necessary paperwork turned into the St. Vincent government, and we've gotten his medical clearances and are awaiting the high court date, which will determine if he is legally our son. From that point, we will apply for his citizenship here in the States, and we will return to St. Vincent to bring him home.
I was able to go down and meet Micaiah, hold him, and love on him for a week in October. I was able to meet with the lawyer, get in his full medical exam, and his lab work. I was able to experience his first steps, love him, and hold on to him, and watch as he held out his hands to me and said, "Mama." Now I absolutely cannot wait to introduce him to his daddy or his big sisters in person. It's amazing how in 1 year, my life completely changed around. I went from feeling alone as if no one knew how I was feeling and having lost a child to now having a huge network of new friends. Friends I have not even met in person that are on this journey of adoption and who will pour out their hearts and knowledge to help us. It's an incredible feeling to be loved and encouraged by so many. Micaiah has already changed all of our lives in so many ways, and we invite you to become part of the journey too. This might be through starting your own journey, praying for the many children who are on this journey, or giving $1 to save one life.